Hi, my name is Dave Cooper, President and CEO of Brainstorm Golf. Today we're going to show you how to do a fitting with our point of sale system and our stroke analysis app. To help us, my son Brian will be our customer for the day. The first screen the customer will see is an intro screen that basically just says tap anywhere to get started. Once they tap anywhere on the screen, it'll bring up the 4 steps it takes to complete a fitting. First step is to remove the smart putter. Second is to attempt 5 putts. It takes 5 putts for us to create an average of your putting stroke. Then return the smart putter back to the recharging cup, and then finally get your results and have them sent to you. So once the customer's read through the result, the steps, they hit next to continue and attempt 5 putts. On the front of our point of sale system, in the event you don't have a cup, we have actually placed a picture of a cup that you can use as the target. And the system will be reading, go ahead and putt. The system will be reading the relative address position to the impact position and what happens in between. You probably just heard the sound. That indicates that the system did register a putt, and every time a putt is registered, the green bar moves up. So he has now completed 3 out of the 5. Four, and 5. The system now instructs him to put the smart putter back in the recharging cup to get his results. And here are his results. So let's go through how to interpret what the system is saying. It is saying at address or at impact, the loft of the club is relatively standard. Therefore, it's saying leave the standard loft shim in the putter is the recommended setting. If the customer was forward pressing, it would say lower. If the customer was not forward pressing and actually returned the putter in advance of their hands, it would say higher than standard, and it would recommend the appropriate loft shim. Second is lie angle. Lie angle at impact is where the golfer is carrying their hands at impact. And with this golfer, he is carrying his hands low. So the recommendation is to use the flat lie shim. That would take the lie angle of the club from 71 down to 68 degrees. Once again, if it was standard, it would say leave the standard shim. If the hands were upright, it would say upright, and it would say go with the upright shim. Face angle. Face angle is a comparison of the face at address to where you return that face at impact. If you return that face square, that means you've successfully brought the club back to your intended target line, and it's going to recommend leaving it in the half shaft offset position. If you tend to return the club face closed, for a right-handed golfer, you return it closed at impact. What we want to do is we want to make that golf club hit the ball sooner so the gate doesn't have time to close all the way. So what the system would do, it would be recommend 0 offset, so the gate closes quicker. And lastly, if you tend to return the putter open, meaning you haven't closed the gate all the way, the system would recommend more offset or full offset, so that delay in that face gives the putter that much more time to close. The last two metrics, impact and tempo, are working together to determine where to position the weights. This golfer's position on the face for impact of the ball was in the center. Therefore, the center of mass is equally distributed. So it's saying use the same weight in the heel and toe. If you had a tendency to miss towards the toe or miss towards the heel, it would recommend a different weight in the heel and a different weight in the toe. And your tempo is smooth, meaning you have a pretty standard tempo back and through. And therefore, you could go with standard weights, heel, standard weight, toe. If you are a fast tempo person, the system would recommend you to go with a heavier putter, so heavier weights in the heel and toe to quiet your hands down. And if you are a slow tempo golfer, the system would recommend a lighter putter so that you don't have to manipulate the putter as much through your swing. So now, once the customer has gotten their results, they hit next, and they've got the ability to send the results to themselves. They can enter their name and either an email or a phone number to get an email or text message. If they select yes, That means that they're going to get their results, and we as Brainstorm Golf will keep their contact info in case we want to send them a newsletter or promotional materials. No means they'll still get their results and we will not keep any contact information. And skip means I don't want the results. Let it go to the next customer. Why don't you go ahead and enter your results, and you can enter your name and number and you can get your results. And within seconds he will get a text message. Email will take a little bit longer to get there, but the text message usually happens within 5 seconds.